Hello, everybody. My name is Wayne. Welcome to Heavy Metal Sanctuary. Well, although I do cover mostly heavy metal, once in a while I'll cover some hard rock. And today is one of those videos where today I'm going to do an album ranking of one of my favorite Canadian rock bands called Triumph. So the reason I'm going to do an album ranking is because they're doing a 50th anniversary reunion tour this summer. They're coming in Montreal at the end of the month, and I have my ticket to go see them. So I figure, why not do an album ranking? So they do. They have a 10th album. So once again, I'll do my rankings according to the score of my that album. So in 10th position, with a score of 3.64 out of 5, their seventh album from 1984, Thunder 7. Thunder 7 was a pretty popular album here, but for me, it just doesn't really do much for me. There is one song I really love from the album called "Follow Your Heart," which was a pretty big, massive hit here. Other than that, Killing Time was okay. Time Goes By was okay. Quite a bit of filler on that album for me, anyway. So it's an okay album, but there's nothing for me that really stands out. In ninth position, their ninth album, 1987's Surveillance. I give that a 3.86 out of 5. Surveillance is the last album with Rick Emmett on guitar. He left the band shortly after the album. So for me, the standout tracks are Never Say Never and On Again. On that, there's a couple weak spots here. All the King's Horses. It's more like of an intro. I didn't really like that. Other than that, it's pretty solid stuff. So 3.86, still a really good score. Uh, in eighth position with a score of 4.02 out of 5. So now we're getting into really albums that I really enjoy and to love. Their second album, Rock and Roll Machine from 1977. Now there's two versions of that. There's a Canadian version and there's an international version. I'll be covering the Canadian version because that's the one I've heard and that I own. I actually own both, but I prefer the Canadian version. So this one, the outstanding tracks for me are The City, War March, El Guande Agonizante, which is a long track. I think it's like 9 minutes long. It starts off really slow, but the second half is just phenomenal guitar playing by Eric Emmett. Uh, and my other favorite song on that is their cover of Rocky Mountain Way. I just love the way they do it, especially when they do it live. They do a really good job. No filler on that, no weak songs on there. It's all really enjoyable. Little Texas Shaker is a really fun song. New York Streets. Part one is so, but part two really picks it up. So I really enjoy that album. In seventh spot with a score of 4.06, their eighth album from 1986, The Sports of Kings. So really enjoy that album. Favorite songs are the first three songs actually: "Tears in the Rain," "Somebody's Out There," and "What Rules My Heart." Though I think the one weak link on that is "Take a Stand," a really slow, uh, for me, boring ballad. On that, all really good, fine songs. With those three that for me are the exception, the top ones. So 4.06 for that. In sixth spot, also a 4.06 out of 5. Their fourth album from 1980, Progression of Power. That's when you kind of heard the 80s rock sound. Like you can hear the distinction between their first three albums and this one. You can tell they're starting entering the 80. The rock sound was more commercial, radio friendly. So songs I really enjoy: "I Live for the Weekend," "I Can Survive," and "Hard Road." So those are my favorite. There's just the one song I really do not like. Once again, it's a ballad that's really slow. I don't think a whole take a melody. It's called "Take My Heart." I actually gave that song a very low score. That what's bring the that album down quite a bit. That song. But other than that, it's all good stuff. In fifth place with a score of 4.14, their debut, Triumph, other international, I think it's known as In the Beginning from 1976. Excellent, very, very good, their debut. 24 Hours a Day is my favorite song on there. I really like What's Another Day of Rock and Roll also. Uh, all really good stuff. Not a weak track on this whole album. Really enjoy that debut. In fourth spot, with a score of 4.32 out of 5, their sixth album, 1982's And Never Surrender. This is where I got in on Triumph. My favorite song from them is on there called Never Surrender, the title track. It's what got me into Triumph when I first heard that track in 1982. The other tracks I really love on that album is A World of Fantasy and When the Lights Go Down. Phenomenal stuff. Battle Cry, I find a little bit weak on that. That's the only one. Other than that, it's all really good, solid. But because it is the first album I've ever really got into, the first really single that I really enjoyed from them. It has a special place. That's why the score will be a little bit higher than usual. In third place with a score of 4.73, their last studio album from 1992, Edge of Excess. So this one has a new guitarist. Rick Emmett has left, and it was replaced by Phil X, who is now playing with Bon Jovi, both on his last 3 or 4 studio albums and live. He's replaced Richie Sambora, and he'll also be touring with Triumph for their 50th anniversary. So Edge's Excess, it's once again, their sound has changed. It's 1992 now, and they're with Phil X replacing Rick Emmett in there. It has a bit of more hard rock sound than a rock sound. So I really do enjoy that sound from them. Phil X is an excellent guitar player, so I enjoy. Favorite songs are Turn My Back on Love, Riding High Again, Boys Night Out, Somewhere Tonight, and Love in a Minute. All the rest of the tracks are just fine, great. There's no weak tracks, no filler on that song. Really enjoy that album. It was a good way to finish their career. In second place, their third album with a score of 4.81 out of 5 from 1979, Just a Game. Love that album. So the favorite tracks on there are Lay It On the Line. Of course, everybody knows that song. It's one of their most popular tracks. American Girls and the title track, Just a Game. Excellent songs. Moving On is also another banger. Young Enough to Cry, and that's better. The only songs that so on is the last one, Suitcase Blues, even though it says Suitcase Blues. For me, it sounds very jazzy. Don't really like jazz. I love blues, but I don't like jazz. So for me, it sounds way too jazzy. So that brings the score down a little bit. Or else it might have been my favorite album. But as it is, it ranks second. And my favorite album, number 1, with a 4.99, almost perfect. Might as well say it's almost perfect. Their fifth album, I think it's their most popular album too, from 1981, Allied Forces. So Allied Forces, of course, you got that title track, Allied Forces, Fool for Your Love, Magic Power, Fight the Good Fight, Say Goodbye, all phenomenal track. No weak tracks on there. It's all good stuff. There are two kind of interludes there, that just little jingles out between songs. So it's only like a 7-track album if you take out those interludes. So it's very short, but boy, does it pack a punch. Really enjoyed it, guys. And because it is only a 7 album, that's why it's not a perfect 5 out of 5 album. Because of those interludes, I would have liked 1 or 2 tracks more. But what we get is just outstanding. So that is it. That's my ranking, guys. Now, like I said, I am going to go see them. Hopefully, I get to see one or two of the original guys. I know Phil X is going to be there for sure, but hopefully Gilmore or Rick Emmett are there, because I know these guys are they're not young, and they do have Elvis shoes. So I don't think you'll ever see the three of them together on the same stage, but I think they will be sharing uh, duties for like who shows up. So in some shows you'll get one of the guys, and others you'll get a couple of the guys. So hopefully in Montreal I get to see at least Rick and Gil on drums. So that'd be nice. Levine on bass would be nice too. Any of the original. Hopefully it's not just Phil X and filling musicians. It feel like more of like a cover band during the tour than the original guys. So hopefully keeps my fingers crossed. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think of my ranking. Let me know what your ranking would be in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share with others, and if you want to have more content, I'll be coming out with more album rankings. I'll be coming out with discovery bands that I like to discover. I'll be coming out with top tens. I'll be coming out with weekly overviews of new albums I've listened recently, just to let you know what's out there. So if you want to get a notice of what's coming out, just subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.